When you're setting up your drawing to plot and to publish, it's always good to use page setups rather than just plot and then have to set up all the settings each time you plot. So I've got a drawing set up here, 07, page setups complete. If you want to follow along with the video, as usual, it's 07 pagesetups.dwg. Just going to go to the Home tab there as well, rather than confuse the issue. So we've got the Home tab there, and the drawing's ready to go. Now, if I was going to be using my page setups in my drawing, what I would do is normally go to the Output tab. The Page Setup Manager is there. You can also right-click on your Layout tab and go to Page Setup Manager there as well. Now, this drawing has a number of page setups already in place, so we can actually tell the A3 Landscape tab to use any of these A3 or A4 page setups. I'm going to go for the A3 Grey page setup there. I'm just going to go into Modify and check my settings though. So this particular page setup is plotting to a DWF file. It's using the ISO, International Standards Organization, full bleed A3 size, which is a metric sheet size, 420 by 297 millimeters. Full bleed means that the plot goes all the way out nearly to the edges of the sheet. You always make sure that you plot to extents, and that way you can center the plot on the actual sheet. So the idea is if you've created an A3 title block, it sits centrally on the A3 sheet. As you can see, the edges there don't overlap. The title block sits neatly on the sheet. You make sure that the plot scale is 1:1 if you're using scaled viewports. You might just be fitting an image onto a piece of paper. If that was the case, you would do that. But normally, in this particular instance, it would be 1:1. And as you can see, if I do a fit to paper there and then untick it, you can see I need to resize and make sure that the scale is 1:1, like so. Now, this particular page setup is using Object Grey CTB, which is a color table. It's a color-dependent plot style, and basically what it's saying is the object layer always plots in grey. Now, I can check that here by going into my plot style table editor, and you can see there, Object Grey CTB, color 5, which is the object layer, plots in color 252, which is a grey color. So I'll just cancel that because I don't want to make any changes. We also make sure that the drawing orientation is set in our page setup. Now, the good thing is all of these settings are remembered in the A3 Grey page setup. So I can apply this to any layout tab whenever I want to. I don't have to go and reset these settings over and over again. That's the trick with page setups. If you've got a particular plot setup that you want to use regularly, make it into a page setup. I'll just preview that quickly. In the plot preview, we can see here that the object layer is plotting in grey, as per the CTB file. And we can also see everything that's plotting, and it looks satisfactory, so I can close the preview. I can also save now the page setup. The page setup, I've edited it, so yes, I do want to save any layouts that are using it. I click on close, and I'm now ready to plot. So what I can do now is I can either click on plot up here, or I can right click on the tab and go to plot there, do a preview before I plot, and as you can see, all the settings are ready to go. So I'll just exit that plot preview, and I'll make sure that I cancel that particular plot. So that's why you should use your page setups. It saves you having to go back and reset all the plot settings. So in essence, AutoCAD is remembering each page setup that you use, rather than having to reinvent the wheel each time. It's just one of those little tricks that allows you to work a bit smarter, work a bit faster, especially if you've got lots and lots of plotting to do. You can even use publishing as well.